Hello, and my name is Chanseji Muyaga. So I'll be explaining more about in what extent does diastrophism contribute to landscape evaluation compared to exogenic process. So I'll start with diastrophism, which contributed a lot here in Mangoji district, which has also affected Mangoji in the process combined with the exogenic processes such as weathering, erosion, transportation, and deposition. So I'll explain in simple terms about diastrophism as it builds and uplifts the land, while exogenic processes wears down and reshapes the land, as you can see where I'm standing. So talking about the meaning of diastrophism, just to make you get informed what I'm talking about. So diastrophism is the movement within the Earth's crust causing tectonic forces, and these tectonic forces causes uplift, faulting, and forcing some mountains, where in the video I'll show you some mountains as I'll be moving forward. So to talk about exogenic processes, the definition is whereby the external forces operating on the Earth's surface, which include weathering, running water, wind action, waves, and these actually have caused many effects here in Mangoji, destroying transportation and deposition of materials. As you can see, the road I'm standing, it has caused many destruction due to the process of exogenic processes. Pause. T. So in my video, I'll explain more, and I'll be showing you images of how Mangoji have been destroyed. For examples, the creation of mountains and the lift valleys, as well as the action of running water and the wind action. So the extent of diastrophism in Mangoji have caused major landforms in Mangoji, where it has caused many. So now I'll take you where several major landforms have been found here in Mangoji due to the origin of diastrophism. So the first formation is the formation of lift valleys. So due to low-lying plains here in Mangoji, some parts have flows of some lift valleys. These plains were formed due to blocks of land due to the blocks of the land sinking between the parallel faults. So these tectonics have made the sinking due to the depression now occupied by some by Lake Malawi and the surrounding plains. So without diastrophism, these cannot be formed. So another major form is the Lake Malawi basin, or also the formation of the Lake Malombe, which I'll show you some pictures of Lake Malombe in my video. So the formation is occupied due to the tectonic basin formed due to the lifting. So here in Mangoji, some lakeshore landscape, as this landscape have formed due to the heavy rains. As you can see where I'm standing, have caused some structures of depression, which here in Mangoji there are some lakeshore landscapes, beaches, and bays. So another one is the escarpments and some highlands. Here in Mangoji you have many highlands. For example, the Namizimu highlands and other uplands. So Mangoji has some steep slope and have elevated areas such as the Joe escarpment. So the Mangoji hills, as you can see from far apart there is a Mangoji hill and the Namizimu hill and other lands. These they were formed when the These were formed when some crucial blocks were uplifted while others were sunk, causing these highlands. So I'll take you on the law of exogenic process here in Mangoji. Although tectonic forces created the main landforms, exogenic processes continue reshaping the land. So the first stage I'll take you is river erosion. So here in Mangoji, as I already said, due to the streams flowing from uplands of Lake Malawi, which I'll also show you the Lake Malawi in my video, and the Lake Malombe, have cut valleys, gullies, and channels during to the rainy season. As I'm talking about my video, this is not the rainy season. This is the dry season, as you can see the video. These were some places where there was heavy rains, some channels going to the Lake Malombe and Lake Malawi. So this runoff removes soil from slope and transport sediments to lower plains. So another one is deposition on plains. Materials eroded from hills are deposited on lowlands near lake shores, creating some fertile lands, some fertile erosion soils used for farming here in Mangoji. So here in Mangoji, people also do practice farming, growing of maize and other farming products. So another point is weathering escarpments and hills. High temperature and seasonal rainfall in Mangoji caused rocks on escarpments and hills to break down physically and chemically. This weakens the slope and creates loss of materials. So on this point, I'll explain here in Mangoji, there is high temperature and there is seasonal rainfall due to the process of exogenic. So about another point, the last point, which is wave action along Lake Malawi. So the waves along the lake shore reshape beaches, move the sand and form some slips or shoal ridges in some areas. So here I'll explain the contribution comparing to exogenic and diastrophism. So diastrophism has the great influence here in Mangoji, and here in Mangoji we have rift valleys, hills and plateau, Lake Malawi basin, Lake Malombe, and on exogenic process there are many contributions here in Mangoji. For example, soil formation, smooth steep slope, valley widening, continuous soil uplands. So some examples found here in Mangoji, as I can say, Mangoji lowlands, southeast Lake Malawi, and the pause.
Yeah.
So in conclusion, this is what I wanted to explain about in what extent diastrophism and exogenic processes extend here in Mangoji. So my name is Chanceji Muyaga. I hope you enjoyed the video as I have shown you here in Mangoji some many parts where diastrophism and exogenic processes have happened. Thank you.